Hi guys, just making a quick video. Big ups to the subscriber that has just brought this to my attention, because I don't look at the news too much. So when something does happen, I usually do get one of my very loyal subscribers and they always point something out. So thank you to you. You know who you are. So this is the Guardian that I'm on, and it's more geoengineering news, and I'm going to point out more bullshit. Okay, so be prepared for that. And if I do swear, I'm really, really sorry. So apologies already, and trigger warning if you don't like swearing. So UK scientists to launch outdoor geoengineering experiments. Blocking sunlight could temporarily slow the climate crisis, but the technologies remain highly controversial. So before I go any further, the technologies that we've spoken about and that I've spoken about on this channel, chemtrails, things like that, things that we get trolled about. Here I am, I'm at The Guardian, and talking about the technologies that they already use. So we know the main technology that they use and that we see on a daily basis all over the world are chemtrails, solar radiation management. Now, I've made several of these videos throughout the years, and I'm going to be saying exactly the same thing. So they keep throwing this information at us and saying they're going to make experiments. If it's not using a balloon that they're going to put up, it's always bullshit that they're telling you. But once again, and I made a video in 2012 with the same picture that I'm going to show you in a minute, but it was on the BBC. I will link that video to this one. So let's carry on. So they're talking about the technologies remain highly controversial. The technologies they claim they're not using, yet as I said before, we see on a daily basis in the sky globally. UK scientists are to launch outdoor geoengineering experiments as part of a £50 million government-funded programme. The experiments will be small-scale and rigorously assessed, according to Advanced Research and Invention Agency, AEROSOL, the UK government agency backing the plan, and will provide critical data needed to assess the potential of the technology. The programme, along with another 11 million project, will make the UK one of the biggest funders of geoengineering research in the world. Although this is not supposed to be happening. Let's go back to my freedom of information I sent to DEFRA. They said they had no idea of what I was talking about. Let's carry on. Geoengineering is controversial, and some previous planned outdoor experiments have been cancelled. The outdoor experiments they're talking about, and I've made videos about this previously, are when they were saying they were going to put balloons up to release stuff. That was when they were bullshitting us then, and they're still trying to bullshit us now, okay? Outdoor experiments have been cancelled after strong opposition. Most geoengineering proposals aim to block sunlight reaching the Earth's surface, for example, by launching clouds of reflective particles into the atmosphere. I'll repeat that. For example, by launching clouds of reflective particles into the atmosphere. Now, you tell me, the person listening to this video, how do you think they could possibly do that? Or using seawater sprays to make clouds brighter. That's cloud brightening. That's another thing I've talked about on this channel. If successful, this could temporarily reduce surface temperatures and harm the climate crisis is causing, giving more time for the deep cuts in global carbon emissions needed. Given the failure of the world to stop emissions rising to date and the recent run of record hot years, backers of solar geoengineering say researching the issue is vital in case an emergency brake is needed. So guys, if you're in the UK and you're listening to this video, is it extremely hot in the UK? Is it so extremely hot in the UK that they need to be spraying our skies and geoengineering and leaving chemtrails and cutting out the sun, which is what we've all been talking about, which is what they are doing? Yet they say they're going to be experimenting. Let's go ahead and look at this picture. 3 potential methods of solar geoengineering. And as it was in 2012 when I made that original video, BBC admit to chemtrails. I will link it to this after. So watch this video to the end and then watch my original video on chemtrails and the amount of freedom of information I was getting in relation to the chemtrails and what they were doing to people's health. So I was getting freedom of information, info about people when they were spraying heavily. I was recording when they were spraying heavily and also getting the information of how many people were being sent to A&E because they were having respiratory problems. And it's all on that video. Watch it. So the first one they're talking about here. What do you think that could be, Contard? Could that be a chemtrail, I wonder? So that's the first example, A, stratosphere. And then you've got the cloud whitening and the cloud, which is, they say they put salt water into the clouds, they whiten the clouds. The whiter the clouds are, the less sun is going to be reflecting on us. They talked about many, many years ago, David Keith, geoengineer, just search his name on my channel because I can't link everything. David Keith, geoengineer, said that this is the cheapest way of doing this, to put a veil over the earth, which they have been doing. So if you're watching this video and you're hearing the stuff about experiments they're going to be doing, they are already doing it, and they have been doing it for a very, very, very long time. They were doing this without anyone's consent. They didn't talk to anybody about before they did it. They just went ahead and they've been spraying at our skies. They've been spraying us like bugs for a long, long time. They say in this article, I'm not going to read anymore. So actually, I will. Stratospheric aerosol injection, cirrus clouding thinning, marine cloud brightening. Now, in this article, they're saying that the reflective particles that they're using and what they're using to do this in the sky isn't harmful. Well, I beg to differ, because the reflective particles you're putting in the air are metallic. They're nanoparticles. They get into people's chests. They get into people's lungs. People have that persistent cough, and it's down to what they've been doing for years. The amount of nanoparticles in people, and I'm sick of them saying they're going to do this, and they always talk about this experiment, and they've been doing it, and they're going to do it, and they're going to try it in a small area. You look up in your sky and you see in your area on a daily basis how they are already doing geoengineering. And it's not an experiment at this point. It is a project. It's ongoing. It's happening. It's not just an experiment. So to be putting stuff like this out now in the mainstream media, which they do occasionally, they throw this same story out. I'm repeating myself. It feels like we're in a time loop of chemtrail propaganda and controversy that they just want us to keep it. They want us, yes, they're doing it. No, they're not going to do it. Yes, they're going to experiment. But all you have to do is look up into the sky on a daily basis, wherever you are, and you are going to see that they're already doing it. But it doesn't shock me or surprise me at all to hear that the UK are the biggest funders of geoengineering research in the world. That doesn't surprise me at all. So I'm going to leave the link to this article. It's too long for me to read. And once again, thanks to the subscriber that pointed this out to me. And I'm going to link a few videos with this one to show you how many times they've told us they're going to be experimenting, even though they do it on a daily basis. Peace out, guys.